Hey, what is going on, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? Hope that you guys are doing great. Welcome to another episode of the Marketing Atlas Show. I hope that you guys are doing great. Welcome. Welcome to this episode. Today is the 22nd of April, 2020. It's episode number 9, I believe that it is. And we're trying to get used to this new thingy that Facebook put together, which is that it's not allowing us to share the code on the page. But anyways, we're good. We're here. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope that you guys are doing amazingly well. All right, what's up, everybody? Hope that you guys are safe. Welcome to the Marketing Atlas Show. The main point of the Marketing Atlas Show is to help you with everything and anything that has to do with digital marketing, advertising, and any questions that you might have. So we're going live right now to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and a bunch of other places, Periscope, I think. And if you have any questions, please know that I'm not going to be moderating those websites, okay? So please go to marketingatlasshow.com, that is marketingatlasshow.com, and drop your question there so that I can get to it and I can answer it promptly, okay? So with that being said, if you want to take your advertising to the next level, if you want my personal help with your campaigns, if you want to crack open your ad accounts and see what's going on, see how you can best, basically leverage this big opportunity that we as advertisers have, go to nobsadvertising.club, nobsadvertising.club. Watch that little video that I put together there. I think that you're gonna like it. If you're looking to get to the next level with your advertising, join the No BS Advertising Club. It's really inexpensive right now, and what we're doing is basically two things. Number one is we have a golden nugget, which, you know, I'm personally going to the trenches every single day, and then I extract a piece of information out of, you know, what you should be doing, what's working for me right now, and then I put it on our community. That's number one. But also number two, we have a bi-weekly call, which is, you know, a call every 2 weeks where you can bring all of your questions, you can bring your advertising accounts, then we brainstorm about offers, we brainstorm about funnels and whatnot, and it's really good. Not because, you know, I know everything, but basically because there's a lot of smart people in that call that can help you if you're getting stuck, if you're not getting sales and all of that. So nobsadvertising.club. I'd love to have you there. It's really inexpensive right now, and I hope that you enjoy it. Now, with that being said, if you also want to get notifications when I go live, just use the box below this video that it's on marketingatlasshow.com, and then I will be able to notify you whenever we go live. Okay, cool. So with that being said, let's jump into questions, shall we? All right, cool. So let's let me sort this. But newest. Okay, here we go. And we have a couple questions that we had from some people from a couple of days back. So thank you guys for dropping your questions. I really do appreciate that. And the first one is Armand. And Armand is asking, thank you, Armand, for always being supportive of the show. Do you make money every time that you email your list? How does an individual or company get to that critical mass point? Okay, that's actually a great question, Armand. And the short answer is no. I don't make money every time I email my list. Semantic Mastery doesn't make money every time we email your list. And then I've worked with some people that have huge lists. You know, we're talking about north of 200,000 subscribers. And what happens is that, you know, in some cases, they don't even make money when they email their list. So it's not about how big your list is or that critical point, that critical mass, if you would. It's not about that. It's mostly about what type of emails you're sending to your list. It's about the offer that you're putting out there. I think that the offer is the number one thing that you need to have in mind, because with a good offer, you can make money with a tiny list, with a small list. You know, you can make money with 300 subscribers, with 500 subscribers. It's not about how big the email list, but it's about what type of offers you're putting in front of your subscribers, right? So do you make money every time you email your list? No. And in some cases, you know, I will email my list of, for instance, I emailed my list earlier today to come join the show, right? I'm just saying, hey guys, I'm going live. We're going live at 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 2 p.m. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. Eastern. And, you know, we're not selling anything on those emails. It's just, hey, you opted into to be notified. So I'm notifying you. I'm going live at 2 p.m. Come join us, and that's basically it. And sometimes we will be a little bit more promotional with our emails. So it's not about, I don't think it's not about that critical point or that critical mass of emails that you need, but it's mostly about, number one, what type of relationship you have with your email. I know some people that they might have like 1,000 people in their list or 500 people in their list, but they have a huge open rate. I was talking to one of my friends last week, and he has an email list where he mostly has founders of startups, startup founders, and super smart dude. And then he doesn't have a big list. I think his list is like 1,500 people, but he has like a 40% open rate and a 20% click rate, and that's huge. And the reason why it's so big is because he's being putting together his list on based off of, number one, organic, which is usually people are more motivated to be part of your list, number one, but also number two, he's been putting out great content, and every time he puts out something, he takes really good care of his list. So another example is Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss has extremely high open rates and click rates, and the reason why is he only sends one email a day or a week. He sends the 5-bullet Friday, right? Unless he's promoting something, he's only sending that, and he has a big list. So it's not about how big your list is; it's about the relationship that you have, and also the offers that you're putting out. Usually, what I like to do when I'm testing an offer, I would test it with a segment of my list. Usually, my past buyers or my past purchasers. So I will test it with a segment of my list, and then maybe my Facebook group. And I know that based off of that, the offer might or might not work. So I do those two things, and then if it works, then I deploy it to the rest of my email list and whatnot. My email list is not big anyways, so but it allows me to kind of test offers. That's one of the reasons why you would want to have an email list, because it allows you to test offers. And by the way, I mentioned the Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, you're missing out. We're taking the content on the Facebook group to the whole new level. So if you're not part of the Digital Marketing Strategies for Entrepreneurs Facebook group, go ahead and join. Go to hernanvazquez.com/Facebook, and I'm going to leave both links on the comments here on Marketing Atlas Show. So it's nobsadvertising.club, if I can type. And then if you want to join my Facebook group, it's hernanvazquez.com/Facebook. You're more welcome to come. You're more welcome to join. And we have some really good stuff in there as well for you guys. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next question. Waleed, what's up, Waleed? I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, please feel free to comment in here and let me know and correct me, I would say. But Waleed, thank you for being here. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so his question is, when running ads, 100 people visit my website, 100 people lead form, which I would assume that, you had 100 leads on your lead form, not 100 people that opened the lead, but actually converted and became a lead. Do I retarget them? Because I'm thinking that this is a small audience. How much minimum amount of data that you target? Okay, so Waleed's question is basically how many people you need on a custom audience to actually start doing some retargeting. And I have great news for you, Waleed. The minimum amount of people that you need on a custom audience for you to start doing some retargeting is 20. So 20 people will start populating a custom audience, right? Now, granted, if you have 100 people on your website that visit your website, or 100 people that open your lead form, you can definitely start retargeting them. But depending on your campaign objective, depending on your campaign objective, that might mean that you might not get any delivery at all. Okay, so what you want to do is, for these small audiences, when you have 100 people visiting your website or maybe 100 leads, what you want to do is to choose a campaign objective such as traffic or even reach. If you're not getting any impressions, you want to use either the reach objective or the traffic objective. And the reason why is because if you're using something like a conversion objective, then 100 people might not be enough, right? So that is something that you want to have in mind. I'm going to dim this down because it's killing me. Okay. So that is something that you want to have in mind when it comes to running ads to these small audiences. But the reality is that you can definitely, excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my eyes. The reality is that you can get 20 people or more, and your ads will start showing to these people, and Facebook will start creating a custom audience. Okay, so 20 people is the minimum. 100 is like pretty good, I would say. So still small audience, so try maybe a reach campaign for retargeting or a traffic campaign, and that should do the trick. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got. Thank you for your question, by the way. Joe is always there supporting the stream, supporting the comments and everything. So thank you, Joe. You rock. Let's see. Joe is asking, is long form copy outperforming short copy in Facebook ads? Also, are the high contrast images being tested doing better than native images? Great question. Okay, so the answer is it depends. I test everything all the time. Okay, so personally, let me actually go to the whiteboard here, and let me go back to the camera. All right, there we go. So personally, what I like to do is to write a long form copy. Okay, you're in the Perfect Ads course, and as you can definitely tell from that course, from that program that I put together, is that the framework that I show you guys for writing copy, usually I end up with super long copy. I end up with, like, I don't know, 1,500 words minimum. So those are long posts, okay? Those are long form copy that usually work best for cold traffic. So when you're combining cold traffic and an image, right? So an image ad that is aimed for cold traffic, usually long form copy tends to work well. So let me write this down. So cold traffic, right? So cold audiences plus image. Usually I do long form, okay? So I usually do long form copy if the combination is I'm running an ad to a cold traffic and I'm using an image as an ad, okay? Now, when you're doing cold plus a video, then you can use a little bit short form, okay? And the reason why is because unless you're using something like a promo video, which I do have some of those out there, you know, the little like 15 seconds video that is just text, it's like, hey, get this because it's awesome. Those videos are not the type of videos that I'm usually running. I might have some of those just to test them out, and you might have seen them, but if you're running videos, usually my framework for videos, which you also have, by the way, is be super helpful with your videos, right? So if you're helpful with your videos and you're running a video ad, then you can do a little bit less copy because most of the heavy lifting will be done by your video. Okay, so if your video is helpful and it's presenting an offer, then you can do a little bit shorter copy, if that makes sense. Now, when you're running an image and you're running advertising to cold traffic, then in that case, what basically means is that there's nothing to pre-sell the prospect on why they should click or why they should visit your website. So you need to run long form copy, okay? So it depends on the scenario. Now you have warm plus image, and on this case you can use either or. It doesn't matter. So I have some dynamic ads that are running long form copy, and I have some dynamic ads that are running short form copy. And you know, in this case, it can be either. If you have some ads that are working well on call and they have long form copy, which I do, then I run them for warm. So it doesn't really matter. And warm, I mean anyone that, you know, consume a piece of content of you. So if they watch a video, if they visit your website, so you can use either. And you know, warm plus video is usually short form, right? It's usually short form, and the reason why is because, again, the video is doing most of the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so I hope this helps. So again, I usually like cold plus image is usually long form, and I'm a big fan of these type of images and those type of ads. I'm a big fan of them because they usually, you know, get good results. Cold plus video, if your video is helpful, you can do a little bit less copy. And then warm, it's usually short form. You can do either. If you're running an image for warm traffic, you can do either. And then warm video, it's usually short form. Okay, now for the second part of your question, which was high contrast image, you have been tested doing better than native images, and the answer is not necessarily. I've been testing some ads that look like ads, okay, But most of the people that are exposed to my advertising is warm traffic, right? So the way that you would separate this is that if you don't have a big personal brand, if you know pretty much nobody knows who you are, which you should be operating from that mentality all the time anyways, then you could try high contrast images, right? And then you can try some native images as well. Now the good news is that with dynamic ad sets or with dynamic creatives, then you don't need to choose. Like you can actually throw in like 10 different images and let Facebook do the mix and matching for you, right? So you don't have to choose, and that's one of the good things. Now also, you can use a native image and jack up the contrast of a native image. So then at the end of the day, you will have a high contrast native image. Okay, so you can whip out your phone, you can take a selfie, and then you can just like use that as an ad, and then you can grab canva.com or photoshop.com and then, you know, jack up the contrast, and then you will have a native image with high contrast. But again, I'm telling you that you should be testing, because in some cases I'm still a big fan of native images, definitely a big fan of native images. And if I know and if I see that a native image is working, then I might try the high contrast version of it, the black and white version of it, the sepia version of it, the mirror version of it. So the same image, but you know, 50 different variations or 6 or 10 different variations, you know. So at the end of the day, you want to test. So that, you know, I hope that answered your question. Okay, cool. So let me refresh real quick here to see if we have any additional questions, and we'll go from there. Okay, cool. I don't see any additional questions. If you have any additional questions, please post them on marketingatlasshow.com. I'm gonna give you guys another minute. And by the way, if you are curious about the No BS Advertising Club, let me actually share my screen because there's a little bit of lag here. And on this video right here, which is if you go to nobsadvertising.club, it will take you to this little video right here. And on this video, I'm telling you how I went from selling articles for $4 a pop on Fiverr to spending $7 million on ads last year. And that's a true story, by the way. This is a true story. At some point, I was selling. This was like, I don't know, 8 years ago or 7 or 9 years ago. I was selling articles on Fiverr for $4 a pop. It was $5, but Fiverr would take one of the tops, so it would be $4 a pop. And that's a true story, by the way. But that's how I kind of started making my way into digital marketing, and not a lot of people know this. And then I got an email from Fiverr last week, I think it was, that they upgraded my seller profile for some reason. Like I was a level 2 and now I'm a level 3, but I haven't like sold a single dime on Fiverr for the longest time, which is kind of cool. Anyways, that was pretty cool. But that's a true story, by the way, and I show you how I went from selling $4 articles on Fiverr to spending $7 million last year on advertising, and on that little video. So it's pretty cool. All right, everybody. So I don't see any additional questions. I hope that this is helpful. I really hope it is. If you want to take it to the next level, come join us at the No BS Advertising Club. I would really do appreciate if you do. I hope that you will enjoy it too. And if you have questions still, you can use this forum. Go to marketingatlasshow.com to ask your questions. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. And in the meantime, feel free to join the Facebook group, hernanvazquez.com/Facebook. If you want to come and hang out, we're taking the content on that Facebook group to a whole nother level. So it's going to be pretty good. And I'm really excited for what's coming. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for a little bit. I hope that you guys are safe, that you have an